This another New Black World Order TV Productions. Chopper. What's happening, family? What you doing?
What's going on, man?
I ain't doing too much. I told you I was gonna come through. This Al-Kabir The Moor, right? You know, Islam to the brother. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs, Consolidarity from the New Black World Order. Came through to see what you wanted to rap about. And the subject is
Concubines and servants.
okay, all right, go in on that, family, no doubt.
You know, a lot of brothers out here, they say they're kings, man. And I'm just trying to, show brothers how royalty will look at something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because royalty is not about how much you have, it's how much. First, it gotta be up here first. You know what I'm saying? Before it can even materialize in the physical plane, anyway. So you want a family. You're trying to build a family. You know what I'm saying? It's like a garden.
Open that shade up a little bit too, King. Get a little bit light.
You want to get the best products you need to build that garden.
Yeah, that's a little better.
You want to have good soil. You know what I'm saying? You want to have everything you need and set up so you can get that job done. All right. Bible talks about concubines and it talks about wives. You know what I'm saying? It's two of the three women that it talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Hello, Moto.
Turn that to me. And what you want to do, you got to understand the difference between the two. You know what I'm saying? A concubine is like someone you're entertained by, someone you like. You like being around, they cool. You know what I'm saying? Their personality's bonding, like, man, it's my homegirl. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. Scripture is not against that. There's nothing wrong with entertaining these people. There's nothing wrong by being entertained by these people. There's probably not going to be someone you can build with because, their heart's desire might change. You might be dealing with them for a year and their heart's desire might change. But, you might have had a kid with them in that time. And they might want to leave. And it's like, hold up now. What we going to do about this? You know what I'm saying? You want to avoid that situation, man, because it's not a stable ground to build anything on. You know what I'm saying? You'll be better off going to hire a maid, which is a servant. Somebody that's like a secretary, a consort.
That's not the same thing, a concubine and a servant?
No.
Okay.
Concubine is somebody you like.
Okay.
Now I know in ancient times, or in biblical times, you know what I'm saying, a concubine was the same, but you gotta understand, they ain't had many jobs for them to go get. 9 times out of 10, them brothers had farms. What job she was gonna go get and do. So she usually wound up working for the man she dealt with in that fashion anyway, just because of the times. But you gotta understand, these women, a lot of these brothers ain't got farms. A lot of these women can go out and get a job at MCV. They can go out and get a job, you know what I'm saying? So they ain't gotta be as loyal to you. You know what I'm saying? It's all in what you're providing for them. They can go out and get a job and they can get MCV to provide more for them than you. It's still the same dynamic, but they're just loyal to a corporation instead of being loyal to men, you know what I'm saying, or their specific man that they're dealing with. Now, a servant, you hired her for this purpose. She is here for this purpose. She knows she's here for this purpose. There's no margin for error. You're not spitting no game. You ain't lied to her. You like, look, shorty, I think you're attractive. Look, I'll bring you into my situation. Hey, I got a spot for you. You just make sure this, that, the third is done. I'll compensate you this way. You'll be better to move like that instead of being out here arguing, going back and forth. A lot of other brothers know, especially our brothers that's up in age. We done dealt with enough women that it's like, it's just a circle, man. You go from one relationship to the next. And us men, we want results.
Right.
We want to get into a situation. We want that situation to grow. We don't want that situation to fizzle out after 2 years or fizzle out after 3 years. You got 4 kids with her. She like, I'm gone.
The light is better like this, yeah.
Okay.
All
you know
right.
what I'm saying? You want that. You want to be able to see your fruit be raised and see that fruit produce fruit and be in that situation and have, you know what I mean? You want them, and if you want that, you know what I'm saying? You'll be better off hiring a maid. And there's nothing wrong with that biblically. Hiring a maid. That's what they're basically telling you to do. Or you seek a young virgin. It's just back then you paid the bride price. We ain't paying bride prices these days, but the same concept is still there. You won't have to pay a wage. A lot of these girls go out there and they gotta work their job. They working at McDonald's making $8 an hour. And a lot of brothers think you need all this money, man. If you're making a good $100,000, $60,000, you can afford a maid, bro.
Right. Okay.
Just you know what I mean. Just keep it real, and you'll be safer instead of out here just passing your energy off to random females, man. You better to have someone that you know like is here. This is who I'm dealing with. You know what she into, and you run it like a corporation. You got certain guidelines. She got to dress a certain way. She got to carry herself a certain way because she's at work. So that's going to automatically put her in a mind frame to look up to you because you are a boss now.
Okay.
It's not about love and romance. It's about we got a job to do. I hired you to do this job. As soon as it's not about this job anymore, and that's how you can negate all the calamity that we go through in these relationships as brothers. Because we're going through a lot of calamity, a lot of games for nothing. You know what I'm saying? The back and forth, the same situations. And it's like, that's because we're trying to build it on a foundation that's not stable. Romance is not something stable that you can build a relationship on. Because you don't technically need romance to raise a family.
Okay.
I need romance to make you to boost your ego in the bedroom, but to actually raise a family and have productive people and grow productive human beings, you don't need romance for that.
Okay, so in the workplace you call it morale. Mm-hmm. Morale, right?
You say workplace morale or
yeah, lift the morale up. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Because that's basically what's lacking in marriages, relationships, in the workplace. Morale. You know what people feel good about doing, right? Because that's sort of some of the reasons why we may have to negotiate, rearrange some of the things that you're discussing, as far as whether it's a maid, whether it's a wife, because people lack morale, people lack passion about what they're doing. So you be like, yo, this romantic thing. It may be romantic, or I may be facilitating romance, but the morale is low. And when it comes to some of the things that you were talking about, as far as getting business done, et cetera, et cetera. So, is it morale that's needed? So you won't need a maid? Is it? Which one is it?
I mean, as far as like, if you want cooperation, you gotta give an incentive.
Bright and bushy tail. That's basically what I hear you saying. You won't, because
like most companies are like that too.
Most companies do.
They don't want somebody old. Right. They want you young. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to get a certain amount of years out of you.
But what I mean by bright and bushy tail is having a vibrant attitude. An attitude that goes above and beyond what it's called to do.
Exactly.
Right. So that's morale. So I think on the women behalf, romance may be a morale booster in the marriage.
I can agree with that.
Okay. Definitely. All right. So
because you like, what if you? All right, say you got someone they serving you well, they're doing a good job.
Right.
Like when you want to reward them, bro.
Right.
It's like we ain't out here just on some like, oh, they doing a good job. That's what they supposed to do. Do it whether we reward you or not. Nah,
right.
Bro, that's not realistic.
Right.
It's not even realistic at a company. That's why people leave companies who don't do it.
Right.
You know what
right.
I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm not saying that. That's why they say, even in scripture, they say that the woman who serves you, the good wife, her children get the inheritable rights.
Okay.
That's a boost. That's like, oh, if I do a good job, my children going to get the fruits of all this. What you doing? Especially if it's a man on his purpose, you gonna get. Oh, they carrying that name. They get the fruit of that. Or they get the land. They get this. And I'm getting rewarded by being with them too when I do good too.
Right.
Oh, that's incentive. The same thing like when a company's giving out incentives when you do a good job for them.
Right.
Like so I just got a raise at my job. I just got promoted.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
promotion is a morale booster.
It's a morale booster.
Right. So I think
we got to be in a position to give out them promotions.
Right. Those promotions and what you call incentives.
Exactly.
And so we got
to get our bread up. We got to get our resources up.
And incentives. And morale boosters got to be because that's one thing I noticed. Not only far as relationships, but if you ever worked in a workplace and they call an employees meeting, right? Yeah. You know, one of the things that is not discussed, morale.
Very rarely.
It's ducked. You know, because a lot of people are just coming to work because they need the bill money, right? Not too many people come to work when they walk across that door. You see them jump up and cluck their heels because they're glad to be there because they got a team work right going on. Nobody is putting the burden on nobody else. Everybody is meeting people and matching them with a boost of positive attitude and morale. That type of company, that type of relationship seems to thrive. Could that really be? Because today most women don't really care anything about, like 70% of black women don't want to be married.
But they still want that morale boost.
Right.
Because, I mean, even when a man has sex with a woman, to most of them, that's a morale boost. Just the act of it.
Okay.
So you're still seeking that boost.
Okay.
So
But like an energy drink, some things have a crash to it too. So like when the sex crash, what some other forms of morale boosters is the romance, I think, for women. Women are just funny creatures, bro. And
I mean, another thing too. Staying in masculine frame and having a motherfucking woman in a morale boost too.
I know it used to, because I'm from a different era. This new generation, I don't know how to approach it.
Man, well, I barely know how to.
Because what used to work don't work no more.
Man, look,
It's been a paradigm shift.
I had a sister, but you gotta stand firm, man. 'Cause I had even that sister at Burger King, man. She wanted to give me her number, man, but she was just like, I don't like the way you asked for it. I'm like, but why you sitting here grinning in my face? Talk about I can come back tomorrow. You still want to engage with me,
Right.
You're fighting your instincts. Because it's a difference between having paradigms do shift. But it ain't always mean that it's shifting for the better. Sometimes it's shifting from the real.
Well, that's what I was saying. Now, for them, it seems to be better. But from the era I come from, it's like culture shock. Like, because I think that's what's happening to a lot of people is culture shock. You was raised with a different set of principles, right? Just like today. Or just like in these days' time, you know, the people are raised on a different set of principles. And you're trying to match yourself with somebody that's already on a different set of principles. And they think that their set of principles are right, and so do you. So that's the navigation between two sets of principles, two different eras, different eras of time.
Bridging the gap.
And how do you pull off a family, all of that?
Man, like I said, man, she has to look up to you, man. It has to be in a situation where she's looking up to you, right? And you gotta have something for her to look up to, because some women are very materialistic. They like material, and I don't mean that in a derogatory manner. I just mean they want to see it.
Yeah, but you know, I'm again, man. I'm old school. I'm sort of like Charles Manson. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Not to say I'm a serial killer. No. I'm just saying that, like Charles Manson said, they asked him. They said, "Did you tell those women to do what they did?" His answer was, if I got to tell a woman, manipulate a woman, coerce her to do something, then I don't need her.
I feel like that too.
Right. So I don't feel that I need to be anybody other than me for a woman to acknowledge me.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? So if I got to go get $1 million house for her to look up to me,
Nah, it don't gotta be like that.
then she might just be taller than me. I might be shorter than her. You know what I'm saying?
I like that, Sha.
You know, so like I never did that. Like I won't even get the haircut. Like, you know, stuff that dudes be doing to bag a certain chick.
See, you got to be secure in yourself, man. I'm not saying you gotta have $1 million house. Whatever you attain that's comfortable for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If she wants to be in your life, then you fit her in there.
Right.
If you got a 3-bedroom house, if you're
Right.
a single man with 3 bedrooms, you don't really need 3 bedrooms.
I ain't saying don't go get a house. I ain't saying
don't
go get you a nice whip. But
it has to be you, man.
one thing I learned about life over a period of time, like when I was younger, right? We used to see the fine college girls, right? And certain dudes try to holler at her, right? They got on their shell toes, they got their hair cut. You know, they got they fresh.
Like they got
and then next week you see the bad chick walk down the street with a dude with some, like what you clowning them about how you dressed and all that. But it shows if a woman like you She likes you.
She like you.
Right. And see, I think that's enough. Then we can add on the amenities or whatever like that. But I ain't performing like Puff Daddy. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it.
But
Take that, take that,
look
take
at it like that,
that.
though. 'Cause look at what you right though. Because what is really is high value, man? Is it morals? Is it integrity? Is it things like that, or is it money and things like that? You gotta look at that too. Because look at Emmett. His wife leaving him.
Right, look at Emmett.
Look at Dr. Dre.
But then everybody that's listening, we all can bear witness in almost every town and every city, there's that drunk couple that's homeless, right?
They stay together.
They've been together forever, bro. Like, and it's all about they like each other. They rock. And so what we don't realize that success is setting out, achieving a goal, going through the process and finishing it. We think success means money. Now, if a person sets out to be a businessman to make $1 million and they make it, is it the money that made them successful, or was it the process that they lived out? So the drunk couple is a successful relationship. Some people got air conditioner, right? They ain't drinking Chevys. They drinking $400 bottles of liquor and Maseratis, all that, and they can't get along. So what's the secret? You just gotta be you. If shorty like me, she like me. Right, cause if I gotta pay you to be there, a person convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. That's why they cheat. So if I gotta manipulate through archaic or not so distant concepts, right, to bring about what I want, then to me is unnecessary. But that don't mean, because in New Black World Order, whatever your culture is your culture, so long as it ain't degenerate and attacking kids and stuff like that, we embrace it. Because, you've been...
I'm like this. I'm diverse, man. It's whatever works. It's really whatever works. Like, I'm looking at it for as far as, I'm not kind of trying to control no one.
Now,
I'm going to control my situation.
I want a woman to volunteer
I want her to volunteer.
to be a wife and to have that upbeat, bushy tail attitude.
Yeah, I don't want to brainwash you.
Right.
Like, I want to put it on the table. Like, yo, this is
if I got to talk too much, it's a struggle.
This is why you here.
Right.
This is why I would like you to be
No, she's supposed to know why she there.
You know what I'm saying?
She's supposed to see what she wanted.
That's true.
She's supposed to...
I can't make it work.
Right. She's supposed to know what she wanted. See, that's the point. We be trying to drag people to situations that they really don't want to be at. And so we know that with mechanic work, if the shit don't turn, don't force it.
I think for the most part though, Sha, I think most dudes would be happy and perfectly content without marriage, man.
Or being honest. Or being honest. Because like if you know, so some men, they call them cheaters. They call them dogs, right? But like you were saying on your video earlier on Facebook, no, they're just animals. They're animals. We're animals, right? We're mammals.
Yeah.
So the point becomes, some dudes ain't cheaters. They just living out their nature, right? Now, what I fought those dudes at is to continue to tell women that you just want to be with them. Right. All I'm saying, speak your truth, stand on your truth, and it's somebody who gonna like your truth, right? Because when I saw the homeless couple sleeping in a basement where it was shitty and pissy and trash right there, and them motherfuckers went to sleep and woke up in the morning and was happy, how the hell you can't find 4 women that are like you if he found a woman that will sleep with him outside?
That's true.
It's all about what she got to know what she want, what she came for. Feel me? And I don't care. Whatever it is.
I mean, for real though, honestly, the keeping them busy part, that's more about like keeping them busy, bro.
Right.
Because women have a tendency to become idle. It ain't me trying to like be forceful. Like, they don't want it. They don't want it.
Now they got some busy women out here. Man, they got some women out here that's on an itinerary that will run circles around the average man.
You got some out here.
You got some out here.
But it's something.
It's
gonna come with that personality.
But here we go again. Why am I even entertaining a broad that's dragging her mental, that's causing her to drag her body?
She's gonna drag herself.
Right. I ain't even forcing her. She right where she at. She just will be wrong with me. Right.
I ain't mad at her.
I ain't mad at her. Do your thing, boo.
Just don't get mad at me, bro.
Right.
I want to hit you up. We be friends.
Yeah, that's for somebody.
Anyway.
that's for somebody else, right? You know what I'm saying? So
You ain't gonna have time anyway, but do your thing, baby.
right.
But
So,
if you like chilling with me,
but
then come chill with me.
let people know, man, where they can reach you at on Facebook.
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
can
Let them know what your
I'm
name
cool, man.
is.
You just message me on there. I'm just everyday average. My page is public.
Al-Kabir The Moor.
Al-Kabir.
Al-Kabir. How you spell that?
Al-Kabir. Al-Marur. Alkabir. Al-Kabir.
Okay, Al-Kabir
Yeah.
Moor, right?
Al-Marur. A-M-A-R-U.
Okay,
Y'all
no
just
doubt.
message me on there, man.
And so a lot of your subjects be centered around black women and relationships and things like that.
Because that's just the subject of the day. It seems like a lot of people have questions on that. You know what I mean? It's like you're gonna have to fit your relationship. You know, you might have to give up something for something that you want. You just gotta figure out what you want. That's on both sides, for men and women. Some women, they want a nigga that can bust their ass, that they can feel equal to and things like that. But you know, you might not get that sensation from a dude that you feel equal to. You know what I mean? You gotta understand who you are, what type of animal you are out here, man.
Right, right.
You know, you're a chick that like getting dominated. You just gotta be honest with yourself. Because a lot of y'all not honest with yourself.
So you think some women, you know?
They like that shit, Sha. You're a research brother.
Right.
I know you're a research brother.
Well, I know that a lot of
How many
women.
women have?
I know
Go ahead.
statistically speaking, right?
How many women statistically have daydream about being raped?
I don't know. I ain't really studied that. You feel me? But I do know, far as being dominated, I wasn't thinking about rape.
I
You know
ain't
what I'm
saying
saying?
they want to get raped.
Right. That's not something that initially just pops in my mind when I'm thinking about a woman that wants to be dominated. Now, I know that some women like to be told what to do. Some women like to be told how to dress. You know, I'm talking about dominating like that. You know, rape is just not
And why
something.
is it? It's not because it's just they get confused sometimes, man.
Well, I think a lot of them, you know, that some of them may have abandonment issues as far as having a father in their life, and they may be looking for it, you know, in that way. And some of them have been along with that.
Is it an instinctual thing? That's the question though. Is it an instinctual thing or is that a societal thing? I believe even if they have a father, they
I think it's a
father.
combination of both. I think it's a combination of instinctual things, and also it's a combination of social engineering, right? Because again, you know, man again came up with concepts to, you know, make people do things that he wanted them to do. I'm just looking for the volunteer. You know, I'm looking for a woman that's, you know, ambitious about being, you know, whatever that is. Or if she comes to get a job for me, or whatever like that, or if it's a relationship or something like that, know why you came. You came of your own free will and accord. Nobody forced you to do what you do.
That's why I say we got to take the game out.
Right. Well, you got to sometimes, like as the nation of gods and earth would say, you got to take her through the six before you take her through the sex, right? So she got to get acquainted with who you are. She got to do the knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding as to who you are before you put the sex on. Because again, just like a Red Bull, it's got to crash to it. Sex got to crash to it. It got to high to it, and it got to crash to it. And it definitely won't facilitate the full holistic things that you need functioning in a healthy relationship. I think so.
It makes up
Yeah.
a small percentage, man.
Yeah.
Small percentage.
So I think romance is a morale booster for women. Now, some women OD on it. They OD on it. I agree with that. I ain't trying to go for the OD. I ain't buying no 800.
If it's not cause for reward, why are you doing all
I'm
that?
still not buying no $800 pocketbooks and all of that stuff like that. Now, sometimes for me, I think a romance can have aspects of flowers, you know, cards, gentle words and stuff like that. And then for me, I like, you know, to top it off with going around feeding the homeless together, right? And then go eat dinner. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think is romantic. You know what I'm
Doing
saying?
it together.
Or working in the garden together. You know what I'm saying? And I can, you know,
Intimate time.
yeah, I could watch her bend over while she playing with the flowers and shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
like that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shit
that's
like
real
that.
shit, though.
You know, it's called foreplay in the garden, baby. You know what I'm saying? So I understand romance, but I ain't doing the OD thing. I ain't buying the $800 pocketbook and all that stuff like that. You know, I'm just trying to stay sucker free for real.
I agree with that, man. You ain't got an OD, man. You shouldn't have the OD. If a
Right.
motherfucker like you, you shouldn't have the OD, man. And
Right.
That's one thing I've been trying to teach brothers too, man.
Right, you got to stand firm
You
sometimes.
stand firm, man.
Right.
I know you like that shit. I know you look at it and like, man, I want this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I know we don't link up like that, but a lot of us do that.
Well, some psychologists say about that women don't tend to go for the dude too much that bows down all the time. She likes somebody that initially when they first met her disagree with her.
I mean, you front line, bro.
Yeah, like all the dudes walk the girl, go past, they be like, she look good.
You front line.
I say it loud. Oh, she look all right.
She look all right.
She pay attention to that.
Yeah.
She ain't pay attention to really. She's like, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
Next time she tries to let me know, yeah, look at this, or whatever like that. So sometimes you do got to play a little psychology, a little reverse psychology and stuff, because women are some funny creatures. They are. And a lot of them been driven into what we call funny creatures by abusive men. And it's true.
Man,
Yeah.
A lot of them, man, look, they take on what they become real a lot easier than we do, man. You know what I'm saying? Light weighs on them a lot harder than it weighs on us. It weighs on both of us, but them being as though they receive just by nature, bro, they're around somebody toxic, now something they're going to be toxic. You know what I'm saying? They're going to carry that for the rest of their life. They ain't going to, a lot of them don't have that mental fortitude to bring themselves out of bad behavior. Men, we do it all the time.
Well, some men don't. You got some weak men out
We
here.
got weak men out here.
Yeah.
We just talking ratios here. I ain't talking nothing absolute.
Right.
We just talking ratios.
Yeah, because you know when you said that, the sisters just said, hold on.
Oh, you know they gonna come.
Hold on.
You see, I shouldn't have to say that.
Because it's
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You know they coming. I shouldn't have to say that.
The dude that wanted to kill his sister because she don't want to be with him more, he definitely can't pull himself out of that emotional wreck.
Oh man,
he a sad individual.
Take him up out of here.
Yeah.
I remember that story. That was kind of crazy.
Yeah, man.
I'm too busy going to the next one.
She leaves. She don't want. She messing with. You might want to go across the street, sit on the porch with her neighbor.
I know that wasn't the first signs though. I'm quite sure that wasn't the first time he done did something that's like, oh.
Yeah, they say
you stayed for something.
They like the girl said on Facebook, since y'all niggas so smart, tell me what it mean when a woman stop nagging you.
Well, she probably seeking other entertainment.
The anchor done got pulled up somewhere.
She's gonna redirect that to somewhere else. But like, let me tell you something, man. Like, that shit gets old after a while. You gonna wind up nagging him too. You gonna do the same thing to him too.
Okay.
When does the circle end?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When does it end? And that's what a lot of women don't understand, that they're ruining themselves by doing that. Because you set this bar, you never reach it, and the years and the decades go by. You waste your good years. You got all these kids. You got all this potential, but you only use it on yourself. And if you it's just used for you. So is it really useful? You know what I'm saying? You're wasting yourself. You only giving bits and pieces, and then you taking bits and pieces from all these people, and you become an abomination, and people can't bond with you no more.
But they got men like that too.
They got some, I don't know, people have done this research, but, men can kind of maintain a little bit.
They got men like that too. So, do you got a chip on your shoulder about women?
No.
Or some brother?
No, I ain't got no chip on my shoulder. They got men that go through that.
Because you ain't going to have these women.
Men do go through that. I was actually listening to this.
You ain't going to have these women chase me down the street, beat me up.
Oh, no. I was actually listening to this podcast. This brother was talking about that. It's not my information. I forget his name. I believe his name is The Better Bachelor.
But yeah, okay. All right. So we gotta cut the interview right fast, but we're gonna come back like on a weekly basis and get, a bill with you. Again, right fast, give them how they can contact you.
Man, Al-Kabir The Moor, man. Contact me on Facebook. Shit, you can hit me up, 508, 5527. It's 804 area code. Anybody in Richmond, you know what I'm saying? Just hit me up, give me a call, we can talk, man.
No doubt. Islam, or
Islam. Peace.
Peace.